Guys, Kenwood Sports, man. Week 1, almost in the books. We got a game tonight. We got Russell Wilson going back to Seattle. The Broncos going into Seattle to face the Seahawks tonight. Russell Wilson going against his old team, and I definitely expect him to go up in there and make a statement with his first game with the Denver Broncos. But first, I want to say if you just joining my channel, or if you just watching the video, go ahead and subscribe, like the video. I'm gonna talk about my top 10, how they did this week. Matter of fact, two of my teams from my top 10 faced each other. The Broncos, they the last team in my top 10 team to play, and they playing tonight. Like I said, the Broncos are playing Seattle. Um, but two of my top 10 teams faced each other. That was the Buffalo Bills versus the Rams. So one of them was bound to get an L. So one of them an L by default. But just straight out, flat out of the 9 games right now, my top 10 is 5-4. But like I say, one of them L's is by default. The Buffalo Bills, they beat the Rams. The Chiefs, they beat Arizona. The Bucks, they beat Dallas. And my God, bro, Dallas, man, that is the biggest hype train in America. They get me every time. There's no way, there's no excuses for that performance they put on out there last night. They don't have the most talent in the world, but they got enough talent out there to be competitive. The thing that I didn't like about that was Dak Prescott. He looked horrible. He looked horrible. The play calling in Dallas is horrific. Kellen Moore, they might need to get rid of him. Jerry Jones, it shows that how Jerry Jones run things at his organization. He always want to have a head coach and a pretty much a staff that he can run from upstairs. Man, what no head coach is gonna let the owner speak before he speak and talk about the team. I mean, most of these head coaches they want control. You look at Sean McVay, you look at somebody like Sean Payton, you look at Andy Reid, guys like that. These guys they got control. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make most of the decisions. You got Jerry Jones up there. He calling all the shots. These guys are running plays. They getting down the field, and then they turn around and do a reverse. Really? You got to soften up the defense before you start running plays like that. These guys are at the line of scrimmage. You got one of the best defenses in the league in Tampa Bay Bucks, and I don't know what they was doing. Zeke had probably like 50-something yards. Now you got Dak hurt. Michael Parsons, he was doing his thing on the defensive side of the ball. He got y'all 2 sacks. He was keeping y'all in the game, man, for real. Tom Brady was kicking field goal after field goal, and the offense still couldn't get nothing done. I think C.D. Lamb had only 2 catches throughout the whole thing. Losing Cedric Wilson and losing Amari Cooper really hurt them boys. But moving on, Rams they lost to the Buffalo Bills. I already talked about that game before. That Bengals and that Steelers game. Man, you cannot come into the NFL thinking it's an automatic W. Everybody had the Bengals automatically winning. I didn't have. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't really expect Mitchell Trubisky to go up there and beat those Bengals like that. Um, but they went out there and they did it. I picked them. I picked the Steelers when it comes to gambling for gambling reasons, but at all, I really didn't think the Steelers was gonna go up there and do that because of Mitchell Trubisky. Joe Burrow threw the ball, threw 4 interceptions, man. I don't think he gonna do that. I don't think he gonna do that again. But the Ravens, Lamar went out there and took care of business, did what he's supposed to do against the Jets, playing against Joe Flacco. I really didn't get a good sighting on that game. I don't really know everything that happened in it, so I'm not even gonna talk about it in depth. But I think it was like 24-9 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It was somewhere around in there. The Green Bay Packers did not look good. The Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, his receivers, the new receivers, they got to get a better line of communication. I seen one touchdown getting dropped. Aaron Rodgers did not like that. He was not happy about what was going on. The Chargers had a divisional matchup against the Raiders. The Raiders, this their first game playing together. Devontae Adams and Derek Carr. I think they still gonna be good. They lost this game. I believe it was 24-19. But I speak highly of Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. I love Mike Williams. I love Keenan Allen. I love Austin Eckler. And I told y'all the linebacker I couldn't think of was Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack. They also signed J.C. Jackson to a huge contract. I think he got like an $84 million contract. And they still got the Bosa brother, Joey Bosa. So they're gonna be a force. I think they're playing. Matter of fact, Kansas City versus the Chargers is coming up this week. That's going to be a good game. The other team in my top 10, the 49ers. Now, that was a game I really wanted to pay attention to, but I was busy watching the Saints and Falcons. I had multiple games going on where I was watching the game at. And I was paying attention to at least 4 or 5 games. Um, the 49ers versus the Bears. That game right there was water everywhere. It was totally wet, it was wet outside. It was raining, pouring down. Justin Fields, I wanted to see what he was working with. He actually came out there and got a victory. I think he threw at least 2 touchdowns. Um, but I get a better assessment of Trey Lance. Excuse me. I get a better assessment of Trey Lance and a better assessment of Justin Fields in the future weeks coming up because of the conditions out there. It was bad. Somebody had to win it, and the Bears came away with it. Salute to the Bears. I'm glad to see Justin Fields get a win. A young quarterback. A lot of noise been talked about him. Me myself personally, I wanted to see what he was going to do. I want to see him continue to do that. I want to see him continue to have success. They got Matt Nagy as their coach, so we're gonna see what they do going forward. And then the number 10 team was not when I'm giving y'all these rankings. I already told y'all not until next week I'm really gonna have the official rankings. These just the teams that I put in my top 10, no official order. Now the Broncos, I'm calling them out at 10. They playing tonight, like I said. So that's pretty much. I just wanted to give y'all a breakdown of how the top 10 teams did. I'm pretty sure the Broncos will come away with that. But this the NFL. There's no guaranteed victories. We gotta go out there. Guys gotta go out there and actually get on the field and play the game. So we'll see what they do tonight. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna be dropping this content all season long. And like these videos, man. And if you can, share them. Get it out there for me. YouTube, the algorithm gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna have more people to be able to watch my videos, and we'll get more content out there.